Hi everyone. So I just wanted to jump on today to talk about how do you break the worry cycle, because it's coming up a lot in terms of the work I do with workplace training, coaching, particularly in the realm of COVID lockdowns when stress is pretty high for most people. And so I guess the challenge is when the external world is a bit crazy, how do we stop the thoughts? How do we stop the rumination, the worries, the what ifs? And so to really break the worry cycle, and we've all got our own version of it, we've all got our own triggers, particular thoughts that we can't let go of that are really attractive for the mind to get locked into. What we have to do is actually not take the thoughts so seriously. So I guess the key message is that if you continue to take every thought that comes into your head really seriously, or attach some truth to it, then it's going to be very hard for you to break the worry cycle ongoing. So, how on earth do you do that? If you're having a thought, presumably you've got to take it seriously, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. So, my case to you is that actually, no, it's not true. Just because we have a thought in our mind, it doesn't mean we have to take it seriously at all. The reason why we do take it seriously, usually, is because our nervous system's under pressure. So we've got an overactive flight or fight response. I talk about this all the time. For whatever reason, working too hard, constant lockdowns, general everyday stressors, looking after kids, education, working and studying at the same time, whatever it might be, we've probably had a lot of pressure on our system for a long period of time, which is pretty normal at the moment. So we've got this overactive flight or fight response. It's activating, the stress response is activating, sending us, giving us all these unpleasant symptoms, the racing heartbeat, sweaty palms, tension in the stomach, whatever it might be. And so we're getting a lot of adrenaline surges or a flutter of adrenaline. It might be more subtle, it might be a large surge. And what happens is when we've got this tension or this nervous tension in the body, at the same time we have a thought and we've got a whole heap of what ifs or worrying thoughts that are in our subconscious that come up when the flight or fight is active, because we're looking out for danger. We don't know if we're being chased by a vicious dog in the street or there's a physical danger, or we're just worrying. So these thoughts come up into the conscious mind unannounced. So we get a bit of a shock because we're already hyper vigilant. And then we start to attach meaning. Because we get a physical unpleasant reaction, feel a bit sick in the stomach, heart starts to race, get some palpitations, shortness of breath, whatever it might be. We feel rough in the body. And then we, in that instant, automatically attach meaning to that worrying thought, such as, what if something happens to the kids at school today? What if I get COVID? What if I lose my job? It doesn't matter what the what if is, it could be anything. And if we've got some nervous tension in the body, the thought comes in and we're in that state of hypervigilance because we've got this nervous fatigue from all the things that have happened over time. Then what we do is we get involved in the thought. We add second fear. So we start to go, well, yeah, gee, what if I do lose my job? What will happen then? We go down all these thought rabbit holes. So part of breaking the worry cycle is to understand exactly what I've just explained. And then we can use techniques such as breathing, relaxation techniques, mindfulness techniques, which I've used a lot of and I teach a lot in my workshops and sometimes on the social media platforms. We can use those, but if we don't have this understanding first, then it makes breaking that worry cycle really hard, because we might be doing the breathing, doing our meditation, but at the same time we're still really taking the thought so seriously. So my question to you is, if you didn't have any physical symptoms of stress, you didn't have a reaction in your body to the thought that's just come into your mind, would you take it so seriously? And the answer is usually no. I hope that helps.